Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Gotenks Week 95 account update. I'm sitting at 5.686 million GP. I got at least one fleet arena battle to do today, a few account updates, and a few things I missed from last week because I wasn't feeling great. But now I'm feeling fine, and I'll cover those things. But first, I am in the middle of my fleet climb, and let's cap it off. So I do have my 6-star now, and it's working great. So sometimes there can be issues with this counter. And I think 6-star, someone commented that 6-star is worse in some cases. I don't think that, but I can see where that might come from. Like sometimes Executor in the follow-up turns, I adjust my volume with my earbuds, that's what I'm doing that. Sometimes in the follow-up turns, Executor goes a little too fast and then has to waste its mass swarm. That shouldn't pop up against this player because they use Rogue One in their reinforcements to make their mirrors easier, and it doesn't really help it out against what I'm doing. So yeah, we're killed Xanadu, marking down Razor Crest, and weak Rogue One, which is great for me because it's such a waste of reinforcements. Houndstooth would be the best. You know, Boba Fett does something. I usually still kill my IG, but yeah, now we're down to a 3-on-1, and I have a mass swarm coming up, so that should be upsetting. So nice, quick, and painless. And I've been falling less, just leaving Executor in, so Executor definitely making my life a lot easier. Now, a lot of players go for Executor as their first main fleet, especially after Punishing One came out. And you might have an operation like this going after 6 or 7 months. But I have it now at 95 weeks, and I'm loving it. It's making things just a lot smoother for me. I ridiculed this pack in my Grand Arena. I think it's ridiculous proposition of about $200 to get character to almost Relic 9. You're short some Air Mind Fire, short some Droid Brains, short some Zimbittles, some Lecturns. I don't understand. You're short 20. Yeah, I think 20 of these. So I don't really get it. But anyway, before I go into my overall account updates, a couple things I forgot to do last week. I forgot to use my Lightspeed Token. And now several weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago, probably like a little over a month ago or something, I did my whole discussion about the value proposition of who to pick to upgrade with your Lightspeed tokens. Boils mainly down to Kyrotech and then who you're going to actually need at that developmental level in the immediate present or the near future. I did the Gear 10 for my Mon Mothma, just to give her, because she got probably like 2 Kyrotechs out of that. And I was saying my next choice will be Saw. So a few other options I have. Wait, is he not an option? Oh, no, I don't have an unlocked yet. This lock icon means I just don't even have them unlocked yet. Admiral Raddus is a potential option, but I'm not going him because I'm not going for Profundity really anytime soon. I'm going to go for Leviathan before Profundity, and I'm not going to be putting together his team. His team, I think, is only worth putting together as a byproduct of farming Profundity. So I'm going to get Saw. He overall is just a good character. That's a lot of Kyrotechs that I sidestepped. That qualifies him for Jedi Cal, I think, as long as you don't need 7 stars. And eventually I'll have Luthen, and then I could put together a pretty solid team, a Rebel Fighter team, with at least in 3v3, him, Luthen, and Kyle Katarn. So yeah, that was, and I had already upgraded some of his abilities because, I don't know if this bumped it up itself, but there was like a Rebel Fighter event, and it made sense to actually bump up some of his abilities. For now, I'm putting him on the shelf because I'm not immediately building up a Rebel Fighter team, but my attention is going to be turning more and more towards my Conquest units. Now, another thing that I forgot to do last week is I finally finished Malik to 7 stars, so I'm going to go ahead and promote him. And the stat difference is going to be pretty minimal. So his health will go up 63,000, his offense 5,300 right now. His protection should not. But yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's 65,000 now, same protection, a little bit more offense. Not a huge difference. But his power, his nominal power went up, and I can take him to much higher relics now, which I will at some point, but for the moment, not really going to push that. Merrick and Shin are sitting at 6 stars, very close to 7 stars, and Balin is going to come back in like 2 days, like a day after releasing this. So I am very much prepped, primed, and ready for that event. Just need a few more stars, need to get the relics on. I've been working on modding them. Merrick is close to being done. He doesn't have perfect setup like every roll speed, but that's a lot of extra flat offense on top of the offense primary. That's a lot of offense on the secondary. So this one is pretty perfect. I am extremely happy with that. The only thing to do would be to calibrate. Oh, I can try this. Calibrate away from this. Hopefully to get speed. No, defense. I'm not going to take that. This mod has good speed and then some offense percentage secondary, so that's great. This one's looking great. I like those 5 rolls to be on either offense or speed, not just flat protection, but overall it's pretty solid mod. I think I have calibrated a few times. Yeah, so it's out of like affordability range. I probably need to slice this and then move on from him. So it's not super speedy. Gonzalez 285 is good for not having a speed set, but I really need to move on to Shield. I set her up with some good mods that I want to slice up, but they're not really in finished condition right now. This one doesn't have offense primary, offense percentage secondaries. This one's good. There's room for improvement, so I'll be searching again before I actually start slicing things up. But the next relic I want to get is Padme, because I'm going to be unlocking Cat and Malgus sooner than any other Conquest unit, and I want her to be ready to have a completely potent Galactic Republic team. And my Galactic Republic team is mostly ready for when I do get Cat. So this is a team I'll run. I need a Zeta on Anakin. Oh, of course, I need to build up Ahsoka and give her all of her Zetas, but no Omicrons, which is amazing. And they're all kind of modded already. I mean, I don't know if they're phenomenal anymore. This is kind of like old modding I had, but from early when I was just trying to build up fleets and have them have good mods. He needs probably a sliced mod there at some point, but I am really stretched on slicing mods, even with I'm gonna need to reslice our mods. I think what I did, I took a bunch of mods from her that were sliced and gave them to like a bounty hunter, because I wasn't really needed. She wasn't as critical anymore, so I really am gonna need to work on her mods when it's time to focus on that. But she's not a 5v5 focus. Even her ship is kind of just reinforced most of the time. I do start it against Profundity, but I might have to test out a Y-Wing start for that. Queen Amidala is at 230 shards. But yeah, Malgus, I mean, and Cat, they're 3 months away, probably less, 2.5 months away, so they're coming in hot. Echo with Tech, I think it would be great in 5v5. Because my Bad Batch had never been a complete team anyway. I would need to relic my Echo for that. Then 3v3, the team's all there with Queen Amidala. But what's immediately coming up very soon is Balin's Skull. I need to be ready for him, so I'm going to unlock him soon, but then I probably won't have him relics right away. 400 stun cost. I don't think the sub-gear 12 gear should be a big problem other than Kyrotech, but I'm going to need a lot more of this type. I already have 200 of these, I'm pretty sure. And then other than that, the big focus is going to be these pieces. So he does need 2 furnaces, which is, high demand piece. You need these med packs, so that'll take some time to farm. But what's nice is I haven't been using a ton of these pieces lately. Well, actually, I think with Queen Amidala or Padme. Okay, yeah, she does need 1, and I'm working on it. I'm not quite there. She's really close, so Balin won't be immediately ready. But we are coming up on an off week of Grand Arena, so it'll be a perfect time to try and get him up and running. But for now, next week's update, Padme should be the next Tier 13 on my account. Now it is time to try and get her a bunch of health. Now I could toy with having speed primaries or a speed set or just all health sets, just depending on what's available. And surprisingly, I'm not very deep on this. Well, this is harder to come by for the specifics you want. Okay, health. This one's probably gonna be. That's good. Is this really close? Anything to level up? I won't necessarily do a full modding session, but okay, I might do full health sets. Then, okay, any primary. Let's say with health in the secondary. So everybody's speed. Oh, good. And it's blue, so it's plenty of room to grow. Let's go with that. 9.6, 9.63. Defense and tenacity. I think overall I do like this one a little bit more. I don't use Asajj, so it's okay. I got to roll on the health and the speed, so we'll stick with that for now. So yeah, I mean, just slicing mods is just, I cannot get enough. So yeah, we're gonna go full health sets on her. Gold is not really an active unit on my roster, so all this upgraded. So already might be a small improvement on the health and speed. I did have the protection there. And you know, that's a lot more hit points for her, but health is going to be important once I have a relic. So this will be her base, and I'll be starting the process of slicing those. It's just modding is, I feel like I do prioritize modding. It's just still hard. It's hard for everybody. But then if I go back to characters I have just left modded for the longest time the way they were and not revisited, they're not that great anyway. Like Yoda, well, actually 110 speed, some offense. He could even be like pilfered from maybe at some point. No, I'll probably leave him. Dang, that's actually really good. So he has good stuff. But he might not deserve all that. He's mainly useful in 5v5, so that's really limited for him. Anyway, rest of the updates. So the shard totals, I guess this is all mostly about ships, but Sith Trooper is at 3 out of 85, IG Grogu 7 out of 100, Paz 17 out of 65, and Seer I threw on there as kind of like a last leg of farming. She's at 66 out of 85 because I want to be prepped for Malicos when he comes out. Since I did get like accelerated with my Malicos. I do not need, well, some of these are outdated. Like I don't know what I'm gonna need next for Cantina energy. Maybe Sith ships, but yeah, it's gonna be a while. Yeah, I talked about it last week. Malicos really got moved up the schedule by 2 months, so that's why I'm farming Seer shards. And then ships, Scimitar 7 out of 100, not too bad. 5 stars, 26 out of 85 on the Bomber, 35 out of 65 on the TIE Dagger, and Raven's Claw almost unlocked. I don't know if I mentioned that I was farming this, but I thought I'd just at least unlock it to run with my home one since I'm putting that on defense now. And I went ahead and upgraded all these Sith ships that I have to level 85 and upgraded a lot of their abilities. Bomber, I upgraded completely because that's going to be in the starting lineup. I should have, I'm sorry I didn't upgrade these at all. But it's like I am lower on the purple and the Omega mats. But this is going to be in the starting lineup. It's going to be crucial. I want to at least upgrade this. Fury is something. Okay, yeah. After upgrading this, I need to save for Fury because that's going to be very important. Mark 6, I had already upgraded all the way. So those are very core ships to it. And we're a long way off, but I want to make sure I'm not getting to a point where it's like, oh crap, I don't have enough resources to do things. With shipbuilding materials, but mainly those ability mats are more of a crunch. Now my fleet setup, it's pretty mature now for my account for Fleet Arena. I'm not running into a bunch of need there. I didn't upgrade the Drogon ship mod for that reason. I need a lot of those pieces or those ability mats, and it's just kind of tough. Anything else with characters? I think, like I said, Anakin needs a Zeta, but I'm saving these Zetas for Balin, so I should be able to give him all his Zetas right when I unlock him. And I'm gonna evaluate which Omicrons I want to give him, because I have a ton of Omicron heavy characters coming down the pike. So I don't want to give him like all of his Omicrons. I'll definitely give him his lead, but from there, yeah, I'm not sure. Relic upgrades. You know, I'm saving for Balin. Overall, I'm really good on signal data. I should pick a different example so I can see all types. Really good on signal data. That is not the bottleneck for this account. What is bottleneck is the bronzium wiring. And carbide circuit boards, actually, with those packs I bought, I'm not running into a bottleneck fast. I can just, you know, convert a few things that I've built up over time, and then just get topped off and not be tight anymore. It's really nice. I'll do the 50 spam. Oh. I like to float around 50 for pieces to ensure I'm not really running out of the 266. Beautiful. Is that right at 1,000? Right at 1,000. Wasn't even trying to hit that mark. But the bronziums, yeah, this is one that's going to be, I'm really going to have to scrounge to get my Relic 7s for Balin. And that's why, even though I have tons of signal data, I'm not using it. This is bottleneck. That said, that does open up, if my bottleneck is bronziums, I can do some more Relic 8s and Relic 9s, which I will look at. You know, I might look at Balin for that. Relic 9, not so much. Maybe just Relic 8 is going to be a focus. But, you know, I might be able to get there. I already have American Shin at Relic 4. So maybe we'll get up to Relic 7 without too much of a hitch. Let's sort by Relic Amplifier level. Let's see where we're at. So who's a 7? I'd love to be an 8. Rogan, kind of. Great Mothers, sure. Java, not really. Maybe Jedi Luke. I'd love to be a Relic 8. Well, I could just do a Relic 8 today. I haven't actually been analyzing this that closely. Should I do that? I don't know. I mean, I love the guy. Should I do that? Or, yeah, I'm Rex. I don't know. I don't want to just make a snap decision. I mean, Drogon has really been a beast for me, and I did recently have a remodding effort to get him up. Java's not impactful enough for me to want to do that. He just kind of sits there. I need to think about this. All right, thinking done. I think I'm going to do Jedi Knight Luke. You know, it's a very quick jump cut from when I say I'm going to think to what I actually decide for you. But I did take a minute there to think about it. Jedi Luke, well, I want to go for him. He was an early Relic 8 choice for me on my main account as well, coming up. Even considering Relic Delta, for my Jedi faction, he is a main damage dealer. Like, I'm going to run things through him. And in that Jedi faction for me, there's a lot of agency on who you call to attack. Like, there's assists. With Hermit Yoda, you can choose who to give Master Strain to, and they will assist. With Mace Windu, he can target an assist. Jedi Revan's granted leadership ability can choose an assist. So there's a lot of that going on. And he's just going to be attacking all over the place. So, and among the Relic 7s I still have available, let's just do it. I mean, we got the resources, we have the means. That did put me in a little bit of a tight spot with the Erodium heat sinks and the Zimbittles. I need at least 30 Zimbittles to get Merrick, Shin, and Balin up to snuff. I got a little bit of juice there. Oh, I've been doing well on Electrum Conductors because I've really been focusing this with my tier 3 currency. So I do not really buy many air magnifiers and impulse detectors. On this account, the side air magnifier income can kind of stay ahead of my Relic 8 demand for, I guess, TW and Conquest. I think that's where you get them. But impulse detectors, I'm not really picking up. Those are more expensive. Electriums are definitely like the highest value you're going to get. Relic 9 is not. It's just so expensive for me. If they make it easier, sure, I'll love it. But thankfully, these are not too hard to come by. Let me see if there's any tranches to purchase right now, actually. Sure, it's not terrible value on these with that currency. I can just craft a bunch. Get it down to like, 200 or maybe 150 just to be available for units that actually need it as a gear piece. But if you're like a high-end player, this is like probably the best use for your tier 1 raid currency because it's just a direct transfer to relic materials and one you need in a high volume. So don't have to worry about those. This is I don't treat these the same as Electrum Conductors. I do buy them with a tier 3 raid currency, but it's very targeted. It's like, okay, I know I will need this as a Relic 7, this is a Relic 7, so I'll get 10 for each of those. Which is why Relic 7 is feeling very free to play friendly right now with Relic Delta, because, 2 Relic difference, pretty minuscule penalties for you in that system that they've showed. 3, it's something there, but 4 is where they really start hammering you. So if you have a Relic 7, they're at most down 3 against a Relic 10, and those are not going to be that common for like mid-game players. And then against Relic 9, you're pretty much set. So Relic 7 is going to be a great target. But I'm very specific with these. I need 10 per Relic 7, that's it. But I need 40 of these per Relic 7, and then 20 if I do a Relic 6. So I'm always buying these, and then when I need to, I'll buy some more of these. Like, I'll probably buy 9 more of these after the next raid, or try to get up a bunch, and just so I have them ready, because I've kind of been draining my relic resources just right now. Oh hey, just popped in my achievements, and look, got a Darth Malik little icon. What do I have right now? I have scruffy looking. We can change that. We can run Malik for a little bit. That's Erodium Adversary. It's a Dark Lord. A little too on the nose for him. Let's do Leader of the Rebellion. Legend of the Rebellion. That sounds cool. Doesn't match Malik at all, but it's cool. I don't know if there's too much coming up. I mean, we got Conquest coming up, and I guess I should talk about that. So someone asked me if I'm going to try to unlock Stranger right away, and the answer is no. I don't think that's possible for me, given the roster and my roster and the feats that I kind of get locked behind. However, I'm definitely going to go Gold Crate and buy his shards so that I can get him in 5 or 6 months. Because he would fit with Starkiller. And for me on this account, I don't think I have a huge need for Smash Brothers together. So I'd like to run Seer Malicos as just their own team for a while. I mean, in 5v5, that's always kind of better, but I don't know how Starkiller is going to be with a Stranger against, like, Rey, but that's a classic counter for me. But what's nice about taking the 5 or 6 month route, I don't have to know exactly what I'm doing right when I unlock. I'll have the benefit of a couple months of seeing what everyone else is doing with him and where things are going with that. But yeah, that's my thoughts there. And Journey Guide, I'm torn now whether I want to actively start pursuing Bo after I unlock Balin, or do I just want to prep for Conquest units? I might still end up just going for her because like it's a few months away for the conquest units. I mean, maybe I'll get Malgus. I'll be working on bow stuff, and then I'll build up Malgus and Ahsoka, and then try to be ready for Malachus. Or maybe I will. I don't know. It's too hard to say. I got 3 months to decide. 2.5 months. I might be able to get bow in 2.5 months. So actually, maybe it's bow, and then just treat conquest units like my legendary unlocks. Build up their teams, get them ready. Malgus and Cat pretty much have their team there. But Malachus build up his team. Bane thankfully is his own team, and I get a little time before that. Luthen, I don't know if I'll throw together Rebel Fighters just for his unlock. I might. I mean, that's 5 months away. So that's unless we get some kind of boost. So, but yeah, that's my plan, because these teams are phenomenal. They get with them. They're just top tier. So that seems to be the most efficient process from now going forward. But anyway, nice little bonus for me today. I didn't know I was going to Relic 8 someone during the video, but Jedi Luke, he deserves it. He's modded really well. He does a lot of attacking, does a lot of damage. He's not an AoE damage dealer, which I've been focusing on in my like high relic tip videos, but I'm a little light on those. And I already have Starkiller Relic 8, so like people I have that do fit those descriptions, I've already kind of built up. Revan and Matt, well actually, with the bow discussion and the conquest units, I was forgetting. Well, maybe I'll still be fine, because 2 Relic 9s is a tall order. I am 210, 6 months away. Well, if I could find someone to get 4 Shards of Fury, I'd be 6 months away, or 7 months away right now. I don't know. I mean, that has to be a focus, and a couple of Relic 9s is going to be pretty steep. But anyway, I got time. A couple of things to juggle, but that's where I'm at right now. That's what I'm thinking. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. That'll do it for this week. This has been week 95. See you next week.